What is up, guys? This is Reis, and welcome to a really special video I'm excited to share with you guys. We did it. We reached our goal of hitting #1 on the GBL Global Leaderboard as of yesterday. And I actually, on Friday when the leaderboard updated, I was at number 21. I was about 3,400. So I was number 21 at the time. And I had a really nice run. I think I went like 14-1 and managed to get to 35.07 a few hours later. And I was just anxiously awaiting the leaderboard update the next day. After about like 4 p.m. my time, it finally updated. Burnabus, one of my teammates for a tournament for Team USA and another tournament, he was the first one to DM me because I had been refreshing probably every 20-30 minutes or so to check, but I wasn't going to just constantly do it all day. I would like put my phone away at times, and Burnabus DM'd me that I hit #1, and a pretty cool feeling. A goal that I've had for a while now in Go Battle League, probably the past few seasons. I've managed to hit top 10 multiple times. I hit number 9, I think was the first time I hit the top 10. I hit number 3 as well, and to finally hit #1 after 9 seasons of Go Battle League is a pretty cool feeling. I got so much love on Twitter. Let's see. Go over to my Twitter. If you guys want to follow me there, feel free. I don't tweet that often, but whenever I do something I'm proud of or I have an announcement, go follow my Twitter. It'll be the first to find out there. My boy JT with the Giannis gif. I love it. JV from Palette. Tommy Love. Django. Soph Toph. Love her. Cochino Mum. Polymers. Just lots of Fly Penguin. Concentrate Queen. Oh, I didn't even see hers. Favorite that one. Just so much love from the community. And I think my Mazer teammates retweeted as well. One in Spanish was kind of funny. Yeah, no Treble Clef, amazing battler. Jolt, one of my teammates. Anyway, yeah, just really good feeling to finally reach a goal, right? And I know you guys are probably wondering, well, Reis, what team did you use? And that's what we're going to find out right about now. And you're going to see the battles right about now. And what did I use to get to #1 leaderboard? Nothing too crazy, right? Charizard, Shadow Snorlax, Venusaur. Just a strong team. 3 Pokemon that are relatively accessible, right? I mean, Charizard, I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone has. I know some of you might not have the Community Day Charge Move Blast Burn, but Charizard, Venusaur, I think both pretty accessible. Shadow Snorlax, I know we haven't had a Shadow TM event in a long time, but 3 Pokemon that aren't like unattainable. And in Ultra Premier Classic, I feel like these are 3 Pokemon that are at least relatively accessible and nothing crazy. My Charizard and my Venusaur are both super good PvP IVs. They're very high rank. Shadow Snorlax, not so much. Pretty trash IVs. But we're going to get into these battles. And basically, my thought process behind this team, it's a popular team. I think it was on the PvPoke list, but that wasn't really my thought process. I didn't really entertain the PvPoke list. And don't get me wrong, it's not a shot at PvPoke's list of the best teams. Like, I use PvPoke for everything. It's the greatest resource we have. But I'm not going to, like, see a team on PvPoke suggested teams and be like, oh, I'm going to try that. Like, I more so create teams, like, based off what I'm seeing in the meta. So I had been rocking the Empoleon Amok Crobat team, and it was working really well. Got me to, like, 3,400. And then eventually I started seeing a lot of Obstagoon leads, a lot of Trevenant leads, and a lot of Shadow Machamp leads. So I switched it up and went with Wing Attack Charizard, specifically for those 3. And we're going to get into it. First battle against Angel. And we see a Lapras lead. So not the greatest lead, but not terrible. I mean, I'm really only threatened by the Surf. So I catch the Surf here. I caught after 5 Ice Shards, so I actually went 1 pass because I figured he wasn't going to throw right away. In comes S-Cav, and this is terrific. This is terrific. You're probably thinking, Rise, why is this terrific? Because our Venusaur is avoiding the S-Cav, and this is probably his hardest counter for Venusaur. And I'm going to be willing to just tank this energy on my Charizard. If he drill runs me twice, that's fine. But we're getting this Escavalier out of the way. And I feel like shields for my Venusaur are going to be super useful. So we take 2 drill runs here. Wing attack all the way down. Getting ready to blast burn the Lapras. Click the blast burn. Looks like no Ice Shard got through, which is terrific. Blast burn comes through, gets the shield, and it's their own Venusaur in back. So now Venusaur up a shield against Venusaur and Lapras. And this game has suddenly gone from looking bad to looking pretty solid, because we were able to lure out that Escav. I am going to shield. I feel like Venusaur is kind of my win con at this point, and a Sludge Bomb would do quite a bit. Going for another Sludge here. This should just about KO, almost KO. So it gets shielded. And I actually CMP tie here. Because my Venusaur is 0 attack, I'm usually going to CMP tie, but I threw it just in case. We had like the same attack stat. And then we just get to the Frenzy. And I believe that was 6 Ice Shards. So if they do have Ice Beam, they're at the Ice Beam right now. Look at this. They hold on with 1 HP. Tanky Lapras. Boom! Ice Beam takes us out, but fortunately, our Charizard, 1 wing attack, finishes off the Lapras, man. So a close battle there to start things off. That was a pretty great one. Unfortunately, there was one battle that was just absolutely ridiculous that I did not record. Empoleon. So not a good lead, but we switch into Charizard. Sorry. switch into Snorlax from our Charizard. Sometimes when you're commentating, you get those weird mind slips. They swap into a Togekiss, and at this point, I'm really hoping this is Double Charm. Because if this is Double Charm, I just win. Venusaur just wrecks Double Charm. Get to another Body Slam here. I'm over farming to throw them off because I think they'll probably shield this. And now I'm going to get to another move without having to commit a shield. And now this puts them in a rough spot. So I get both shields here. And I'm thinking this might be Double Charm. So what I'm going to do here is tank the move on my Charizard. Because I know the Charizard's lined up with the Empoleon anyway. So I tank the Ancient Power. I know it's double super effective, but it's a pretty weak move. I swap Venu. He catches the Frenzy on Sylveon, but it doesn't really matter. So a nice catch by our opponent, but like, this game's over. Yeah, and our opponent realizes it. And that is a G to the G. Next opponent, Crand 2. Crande. Obstagoon lead, so finally a pretty solid lead. I usually don't bait here. I usually just go straight Blast Burn. Because that way, either I'm doing a lot of damage, or I am getting a shield. And I don't mind like taking shield advantage in this matchup. Because once Obstagoon is gone, Snorlax is usually going to have a lot of play in back. Whether that's neutral play or like a good matchup in back. So another Blast Burn coming through. Does a lot of damage. I'm really debating whether I want a shield here. I did sneak a wing attack, and I'm like, okay, maybe Switch is important. Maybe he's got a Charizard. People like to pair Charizard with Obstagoon, but unfortunately it's a Muck, and then there's a Toxicroak. And I'm like, okay, this is looking rough. Venusaur and Snorlax really both don't have a good matchup either way. So I definitely should have... I think I definitely should have not shielded the Charizard in hindsight. Or I should have swapped into Snorlax. No, I can't swap Snorlax into an Obstagoon, though. So that wouldn't have made any sense. So we're not in a great looking situation here. Sludge Bomb comes through. I'm seeing if I can Vine Whip down. I wasn't sure. Maybe I could have. Maybe I could have. Would have been really close. I think 2 counters probably would have taken me out from there, so not sure. But I get off another Frenzy here, swap Snorlax, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get this thing into Body Slam or Superpower range. Dark Pulse coming through puts us quite low. I do get off the Superpower, so we're going to make this look kind of close, but it's really not that close. Muck hangs on with a decent chunk of health and jabs us down. And we're on to the next one. So what could I have done differently in that last game? Probably just not shield the Charizard. I shield that Charizard with minimal health in the lead to try and take switch advantage, but shield advantage would have been more important than switch. So if I don't shield the Charizard, I would have had 2 shields to 1, and it would have been Venusaur versus Muck and Snorlax versus Toxicroak, which is bad, but probably could have turned that around, up a shield maybe. So that's what I could have done differently in that previous game. We are taking on the Bat, the Shadow Bat, and this matchup's a little sketchy. I'm really debating here whether I want to bait or not. So I was thinking about the Dragon Claw. I end up going straight for the Blast Burn. It gets shielded. And now I'm debating if I want to shield this. And, you know I'm probably not going to get to a Blast Burn. I shielded anyway, and our opponent catches. So this kind of stinks, but I know this Claw is actually kind of helpful that I landed because it pretty much puts it into Frenzy range. And I throw the Frenzy before they get to a potential Ice Beam. Take out the Lapras. What's going to come in? Probably the Bat, of course. My timing was bad there. I threw on alignment, so I gave him a free Air Slash. So a bit of a mistake by me. And now, is he going to farm all the way down? He is. He's going to farm all the way down. I'm coming in with Lax because I know all he can do here is Poison Fang me. And look at this. He Shadow Balls me. He Shadow Balls me. Okay. So now we're in a tough situation because that Shadow Ball essentially puts us into Superpower range. I have to make a call here. Is he going to go straight for it? I shield the very last second. I'm at double Superpower here. He shields it. I know I'm a little bit ahead on energy. I catch, and look at this. Look at this catch on the Charizard. Bang! And now we clear our debuff as well. I do a little bit extra energy because I know the Crobat's probably going to get to a Poison Fang. Boom. Take out Lax. They're getting to a move here. But even after the debuff, Poison Fang, not quite enough. And I just throw the Body Slam. Probably could have just looked down, but playing it safe. Stakes are high when I'm when I was at this elo. I'm like, I'm like thinking in my head, like we're cruising here. We might have a chance. We might have a chance. I'm not letting myself get too ahead of myself, but kind of like that feeling, like when you're striving for legend rank, like you're at 2990, right, and you're trying to get that positive set. That's kind of the same feeling here when I was at like 34, whatever, and I'm trying to break that 3,500 mark, trying to hit that top of the leaderboard potentially. Because you never truly know until it updates. But we catch the Darkrai pretty. I'd say a couple of those battles, we played really well to flip some tough matchups, and we get to 34-66, and it's on to the next set. Ampharos, not a good lead. So we safe swap Snorlax. Over farming. I know it's 5 Volt Switches for the Focus Blast, so I throw right before 5 Volt Switches. I'm thinking he's probably going to bait me, but I can't risk it. I can't risk getting one shot here. And look at that. Boom. He went for it. So that's a big shield. That's a lot of energy that we were able to basically neutralize with our shield. Get off a Body Slam here. And once again, it's like, is he going to bait? Is he not going to bait? I shield. This person does not like to bait. And I mean, they've already got both of our shields, so it's working for him. I overfarm as much as I can before a Dragon Claw. and he lets it go. Some nice timing there. Didn't allow another Volt Switch to go through. But I am going to be willing here. Yeah, that's so close, but I do have to let him farm me down because Venusaur can tank that energy. I'm going to soften up this Snorlax with a Frenzy Plant and then swap in my Charizard. And Charizard's just going to act as a shield to eat all this energy right here from Body Slams. Because I need to preserve the health on my Venu to tank all that energy from Ampharos. And I'm going to Claw here. I'm hoping Claw plus a few Wing Attacks will be enough. Claw, 1 Wing Attack is enough. And my opponent, knowing I'm 1 away from a Claw, they're forced to throw right away. So that takes off some of their energy. They still have a lot of residual energy, but we've already seen Thunder Punch Focus Blast. And you see how little Thunder Punch does. So we're in good shape. And just having a little bit of fun. Sludging for the memes. Shout out to Marto. Always sludge when you can. And we take out the Ampharos, the Electric Bunny, for the win. There we go. And we're on to the next one. Charizard versus Snorlax. So I used to really not like this matchup. And I started playing it a lot differently. Before I would like shield and try and win this matchup. Now I just go straight for the Blast Burn. And either I'm going to do a lot of damage or I'm going to get a shield. Blast Burn gets shielded. So I swap into my own Snorlax. And that Wing Attack damage has basically put it into superpower range. So now the Snorlax is a little more threatened by my Snorlax. In comes Sylveon. And I've got this big head start on energy, which is really nice for me. Apologies for some of these messages from my work. Snorlax gets off another Body Slam. I go for the Lick Down, and I'm really debating if I want to shield this or not. I decide to shield the last second. I figure if Sylveon's his best answer for Snorlax, maybe he doesn't have like a hard answer for Snorlax in the back either. And it's a Kingdra. Very interesting. So this is a little bit scary. Because Kingdra's going to get a farm here. And I also didn't want to switch into Venu and get myself like taken out by an Outrage. So I actually get off. This is actually important. In my mind, what I did there, I got off both my moves to force the last shield. And I know my Charizard is healthy enough that it's going to get to a Claw if they don't throw a move. So rather than come in Venu here, I'm actually going to come in Charizard. And this way I'm not switch locked. I didn't switch lock myself against Venu and like give him a chance to take out my Venu. So I come in Charizard here. He's forced to throw an Octazooka. Otherwise I'm going to get to a Claw. He's got a lot of energy still. You see I get the refund there? I don't know why that happens, but I got the refund. He made a nice catch. But although you're probably freaking out in the comments, Reis, you're so lucky. You'll see the refund actually didn't matter. Because the Frenzy didn't KO, and I farmed down and have a Frenzy anyway. So without the refund, it would have been the same exact result. Would have been the same exact way this thing played out. And we get the win. Tricky endgame there. Venu putting in work these past couple of games. Man, one of the most common Pokemon in the Ultra Premier Classic. And it's since day one, really, of Ultra Premier. And it's still putting in work. Yeah, so we had the great lead against Trevenant. They swapped Gyarados. We swapped Venu. This is a really comfortable matchup for Venu. Because you're either going to win this matchup or get both shields. Gyarados is going to have to expend 2 shields to win here. So I'm going to Vine Whip down, and if you're like on par with your counts, you know that this can only be an Aqua Tail. So this is terrific for us. It also gives less farm to whatever comes in. What's going to come in? The Trevenant's going to come in, so I'm going to sludge it. Probably only going to get to one move before I get farmed down, so might as well go for the sludge. Do some neutral damage. We get Shadow Claw down, and I'm actually going to come in with Lax, which I was hesitant about because he probably has a Charizard answering back, but this way I don't have to worry about... I didn't have to worry about the Shadow Ball, right? So... But this is scary. There's an Empoleon here. This waterfall damage really adding up. We do successfully bait with Body Slam. He knows that he kind of needs the Empoleon for Charizard. I'm only going to get to one move here, so I'm going straight for the superpower. Assuming this gets shield, then I swap in Blast Burn. And he doesn't shield. He doesn't shield. I don't know why. I think it would have been really close. I think if our opponent shields the superpower, then we swap Charizard, we shield, we Blast Burn, would have been really close. Probably still would have won, but they could have made it a lot closer than that. So I was kind of surprised they didn't shield. Maybe they felt like calling a Body Slam was their only win con at that point, so that's a possibility. Opponent's staying in with a Tox. They're mud bombing us. Quite rude, if you ask me. These wing attacks really adding up against the fighting. Toxicroak, he swaps. I throw this Blast Burn, which is quite questionable. I do get a shield, and I swap Venu. I am a little bit scared about what could be in back. Toxicroak, Lapras, a common pairing. I feel like there could be really anything in back. Usually like a dark type, like a... I don't know. We get a nice farm there on Lapras, which is great. I'm expecting the Toxicroak to like try and catch or something. And it's an Empoleon. It's an Empoleon, so we're looking good here. We've got all this energy to threaten the Empoleon. I'm making sure not to throw my move on alignment. So you see I threw after one Vine Whip, that's 2 turns, versus one Waterfall is 3 turns. So I'm not giving my opponent an opportunity to catch. And I'm just going to stay in here because he can't Waterfall me down. And then he tries to catch. Oh, I guess he's forced to throw his move on Tox. And we're in a pretty comfortable spot here. So I'm actually just going to come in here with Charizard and force the Empoleon to dump energy here. And you can only store about 2 Hydro Cannons. So I know that Snorlax can easily take 1. And I'm going to lick down before he gets anywhere close to 2 Hydro Cannons. And we take the win. And is that it? Oh man, you saw the pause. You saw the pause from Reis after the win. He took a sec. He's like, we just went 5-0. We just went 5-0. And, oh my goodness. Also, I didn't include it. I thought about including it. There was one battle. I could make it a short. I'll probably make it a short. There was one battle in that set that I was in queue for literally an hour. I was in queue for an hour while I was like watching Netflix in bed on Friday night. And it paired me with a rank 4. It paired me with a rank 4 where I fought against like 1000 CP Pokemon. And they top lefted. And you might think like, oh, like they're giving you the easy climb to legend. But I don't think so. Not legend, rank 1 on the leaderboard. But, and there you see it, 3507. I screenshot it. And that's funny. I actually thought about posting like first to 3500 on Twitter. But I didn't want to, if there was someone that was like close to me and they were like gonna rest on it, let's say they were like 3505 and they were resting on it because they thought they were number 1. I didn't want to like give someone the idea that I'm ahead of them and they were going to try and get their sets in to pass me. So I like held on to it and just waited for the leaderboard. But yeah, again, I also, I paired with that rank 4 opponent. So I think that'd be a funny short. Apologies to them. And although it was like a free win basically in these sets, I don't think it like gains me any elo. Maybe like 1 elo at the most. Because if I'm pairing someone that's rank 4, like their hidden elo's got to be so low. Like who knows? Maybe I'm losing points for winning that game. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but wow. Thank you guys so much for the support. And yeah, I'll go back to the live leaderboard. This isn't a screenshot. This is my phone right now. Updated yesterday as of 4:19 p.m. Thank you guys for all the love and support. We hit a big goal of ours. #1 on the Go Battle League leaderboard. Can check it off the list of PvP accomplishments, and pretty exciting feeling to be like, even if it's for one day, maybe 2 when it updates in a few hours, but just something like to be at one point like #1 in the world at something, just at this moment in time, right? Like to have the highest elo, I don't know. And once again, when I make this video and I talk about like reaching #1 in the world, really cool moment for me. But wherever you are in PvP in your journey, like, be proud of improving, right? This made me feel really good because #1 is my new personal best. I improved on my previous personal best. If you are someone that struggles to hit veteran rank to reach 2500 elo, like, work on that and be excited as heck when you finally reach that goal of hitting 2500. And just trying to like focus on your skills, refine your skills. And whether it's Pokemon as well, or just in life, if you're someone that's trying to lose weight, I'm on a bit of a weight loss journey myself. Like, if you see people on Instagram and stuff that have these like amazing physiques and these bodybuilders, but like, if you're 50 pounds overweight and you lose 10 pounds, like, dude, be excited as heck about that. That's a huge milestone, and keep going. So me posting this is excited for me. I personally exceeded one of my goals, or achieved one of my goals, and I'm happy about it. I wanted to share it with all you guys. If your goal is veteran, be stoked about that when you can finally hit veteran, and don't compare yourself, because we're all on this journey in separate paths, whether it's Pokemon Go, whether it's fitness, whether it's anything, schoolwork, studies. But yeah, I just wanted to say that as well, because I know this day and age, people will see like transformation videos for fitness, and they'll think it's like, I don't know, they'll think it's like offensive. Like, people get mad at it now because someone's sharing how proud they are of their transformation, and they're making it seem like it's bad to be overweight, which, like, it's not bad inherently, but it's bad for your health, and it's good to always improve. Anyway, I'm going on kind of a tangent, but I love all you guys. This is a really cool moment for me. Just the opportunity I have to share it with everyone, on this platform and Twitter as well, to get all the support and all the kind messages. It's awesome. So can't thank you enough. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. When this goes live in a little bit, I'll be streaming on Twitch with my crazy cute times at 3507. So go follow me over on Twitch as well and interact with me live. Comment whatever you want down below. All comments help the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. We did it.